elite to be encouraged. Robert, that was a question my president asked, was asked by the lawyers. Whose struggle is this? Is it only me and you who are affected by this gross dictatorship? Is it only me? Really? Who am I? Where am I going to babysit? There are times I wonder whether we all live in the same global, because this is not my struggle. This is everybody's struggle. Who woke me up? Who woke you up? Yeah? There are some people who may not even be woken up. By now, when the president has awakened everybody for 4 years, and we have seen the growth in human degrading situation in which Uganda and our institutions have degenerated. We're saying that we used to go to schools, schools now go through our people. There's so much unaccounted for. Gender is now supposed to be tasked. I think that is requesting in vain. If a person has not woken up, then that person will not wake up. He's dead, and is a fly that will be buried with a coffin, because the awakening is already there. That, for me, I think, is the message, my response to you. There's no political babysitting. We're all affected. We are doing what we can, and there are elites. They even see what you people are doing, and they refuse to wake up. Then they will never wake up. Our answer to them was that, because there are others who say for us now, we don't even want to vote, you know, we have lost interest. Then we said, why are you going to blame when we bring in thieves, yeah, in offices? When those people like now we have come to office, who is going to be blamed, me or my president? It is now these kind of people who are the traitors. These are traitors, Judas the Iscariot, who are actually keeping us stagnant. They need to be held even more accountable than all of us here. I could have gone. I could have been in the US, in my comfort zone. I could have gone to a university. Why have I chosen to be here? You think for me, I don't need the comfort? I need the comfort. Exactly. Yeah. So it's very important. We will continue to use the spaces within us. We will continue to reach out to them within what is humanly possible. Then, Godfrey, you said whether I am standing or not. I have a lot of debate. I have tendered in my show of interest, but I have a lot of family issues. When my son was killed, my 4 children are so traumatized, and family comes first. So if I negotiate with them, in my heart, I want to run, but they are saying they don't want to bury me. My daughter, they are traumatized. So we need to pray for them. If they do not lift that position, I will not run. If they lift that position, I will run. Yeah, because it is real. And for me, family is very important and very critical. There's a limit where I cannot, bend them too far. But definitely, I have already submitted. But I'm now negotiating with them, with my 4 children, to see if they can allow me to run. I would definitely run in Vura. Yes. So we need to pray together. And then there is that is Ben, and then the Electoral Commission dates are pulled here. All those are actually ways of trying to limit us. Those are ways of trying to rig. They are shaken by this protest vote. They want to see how far. Those are panic buttons from the Electoral Commission, but definitely we are going to do all it takes, you know, like we've done before, like we did in Kawempe, like we've done in other by-elections earlier. We are now quite experienced in that. We will comply with it. What else can we do? Because it is in utmost bad faith. It is in utmost bad faith that they're doing all these things. It's not even the dates pulled. Now they are no longer even giving that iPod, is it iPod or whatever money, you know? They are not. They blocked the fundraising, you know, mobile money. They are doing whatever they can, even to make sure our president does not have to be successfully nominated. We will do what it takes to comply even with this harsh, impossible situations. And that's why we need all of us to be aware, to be in solidarity, and to continue to have that hope. It's very important. Constitutionalism is very, very important. Right now, what is our priority? Is it human security? Is it human rights? Is it constitutionalism? Is it what? It is our conversation. If it was actually one of my best subjects is constitution. But of course, now I would have crowded everywhere since I was given that let us do an inspirational. Next, I can do something about constitutionalism. I move with my constitution. I bragged it out to be able to defend the constitution, to be able to know, and even the different, especially the chapter constitution, Article 39, among others. It's very, very critical. And we cannot also lose sight of it. We can to continue to do that and package it with what we're doing. But today my speech was to inspire. Among others, many people are, so it was to inspire each one of us to bring this protest vote very, 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 very close to us, persons as holders. And that's why I use the human security approach and the mobilization and needing to come together. And Sister Demi, thank you so much. You even added it nicely. Kanonye, Londe, Kakume, Wakaba, yes, Wakaba Kabanje. Yeah, the four strands to it, we can translate it, whatever speaks to us. And then faith above there. Sister Mary, thank you so much. We need to continue to do that. And also sometimes it's around the solidarity line prayers. It's about really finding a grounding, because these things are very scary. They warn me, if you do not stop, we are going to kill your son. They send him messages, they kill him. It's real. I buried my son. He left 3 children because of my position. And now my in-laws, you think happy with me? The brothers, you think are happy with me? Okay? So it's real. The dangers are real, the risks are real. But when we look at people like Patrice Lumumba, like the Mwalimu Nyereres, and like the Kwame Nkrumahs, in everything we pay with our blood. The Uganda matters. If they did not, you know, if they were not strong, everything, their sacrifices are very, very serious. The Daniel, you know, all this. So it's very important that look at this kind of people and the resilience and the. But of course, 2026 is already with us. We continue to encourage one another. We continue to pray. We continue to hold this online protest. The Uganda leading spaces continue to ensure that, you know, in solidarity, and also the energy rising is very, very critical. And then lastly, yes, all of you, I just want to say thank you very much. Indeed, people are dying. They have died close to us. Many of you are even in more pain. Your fathers have died, your mothers have died, you cannot even come to bury. That is very painful. That is very, very, very painful. So we are all in pain, we are all affected and infected. And I know revolutions, change have come through, not the whole population, but a few dedicated people everywhere. And I know we are heading there. Let's remain true to the cause. Let's not betray what is almost with us for a short-term thing. I say let's act transformationally, not transactionally, because we are holding this in trust for the dead and the unborn people that we do not speak their languages, and we're living and creating a legacy like the Wangari Maathais. Yes, we are going to be in the history and the right side of history, celebrated in eternity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Guys, we are going to vote in huge numbers, massively. And by the way, this is a reminder, or for the NRM as well, the people in the ruling party, reflect. Do you really think your president or the ruler, I don't even want to call him a president, is really somebody that is inspiring? What future do you think he's planning for you? So vote against him. In short, give your vote to the candidate that you know is going to bring us hope and a future. And that's none other, Mr. Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. So whether you're from FDC, whatever party is, reflect, vote as a Ugandan. You're all voting in protest, and let's vote. Let's bring somebody that is going to give us hope. And yes, guys, so we are voting, staying vigilant. I'm trying to say it in English. And guarding the vote, protecting your vote. Should it be stolen or should there be anything, we are going to demand for accountability. We are going to rise up and fight for that vote, that freedom. Thank you so much. Guys, I think Dr. Says will be listening in. I will, Tina, your hand was up. Yes, please do come in.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Zedrika. Always powerful words coming out that mouth. Praise God. Always encouraging people. But the reason why I had my hand up was somebody asked a question. Okay. Somebody asked a question in the comment section about, do we have traitors within us? My answer to that, Dr. Zedrika already answered that, but since my hand was already up, I might as well say what was on my mind. Yes, of course we have traitors within us. Does evil not always try to come and destroy good? Was Jesus not betrayed by Judas? Was Jesus not betrayed by Peter? Of course they're going to be there. But know this is one thing that you can count on. Know that God is weeding them out. I mean, Mpuga was a prime example of that one. You know, he's weeding out the terror. He's taking out the bad weeds. He's bringing up the right people. So yes, of course they're going to try to interact with us. They're going to look, smell, act like us. Even the wolves come in sheep's clothing. Remember that, okay? That's why you got to be what? Wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. So that question, I hope that I answered that pretty well, because that question is, you know, yes. I mean, it's not a brainer, because yeah, of course we have people within us who are trying to destroy us. Absolutely. They might even look, smell, and have the best vocals in the whole world. But know that God's going to bring them down in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Dorcas.
Thank you, Comrade. Comrade Madways, please do come in. And also, can we have a message in Luganda for the people? I know you do a TikTok version of this. Please do come in, have your say. You can have your video on if you so wish. Yes, how are you, brother? And thank you for all you do.
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?
Good, good.
And how is everyone here? Thank you for being around always.
Thank you too. We are so blessed. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I had a question to Dr. Zediga, but
Still
I
ask.
think
You're still here with us, brother. Still ask.
okay.
Yeah.
My question is, what is the party planning to do after the giving out of card scores? We are seeing some divisions among the candidates who won the cards. For example, the position of the woman MP in Kampala, we are seeing divisions among people. So my worry is, are we not going to have diversions whereby people are going to bagenda kuva ku revolution batandika okufocusinga lwaki ono tebamuwa the card, why this one was not given the card? Are we not going to have this? How is the party planning to do this? And secondly, my advice would be, in these remaining days before the day of giving out cards, I think our leaders would be teaching the population that we are in the revolution. Let them not focus on the politicians. Let's first finish the big problem. These others will come later. Yeah. To our viewers on TikTok, we are on Uganda's bleeding platform Zoom, online protest every Saturday. Tubeerako tugezaako okulaba nga n'eno program tugiteeka n'eno ku TikTok nga omulamu omukulu gwa protest vote, and the slogan is kanoonye, kalonde, kakuume, nze nno ngamba bwe bakabba kabanje. Thank you.
Thank you so much, comrade. And of course, we have got to be united, work together, vote massively, you know, and of course, vote for the right person. We're not just going to throw votes anywhere, you know, so let us have evidence that we've actually we've voted for this candidate and we voted for Mr. Chagulanyi, and by all means, let us guard that vote. Yes, guys, we are almost coming to the end of the Zoom. I think Doctor is traveling or listening in, she said. Sister Marie, please do come in. Then we'll have Comrade LM hasn't spoken yet. Iga, Robert. Yes, Marie. Yes, sister.
Thank you. I was muted. Okay. Mine is a concern. And I prefer to say it in Uganda. Ekiriwo mu Uganda mu bitundu ebyenjawulo, baligestalinga abafu okulonda, kaadi z'abafu abafudde, abaafa n'abafudde kati mu kiseera kino baligestalinga ng'abaliwo mu bitundu ebyenjawulo. Ekyo nakizudde okusinziira ku bantu abamanyi abankubidde ne bantegeeza ebintu ebyo ate nga banjawulo. So ekyo kigenda kukolerwa kitya amagezi alina nti ebintu bino byonna birimu protesting vote, but I mean if bwe balaba basobola okulaga nti no bavotinze ne bayitamu ne bafuna abantu abawera ng'ate bakozesera ebintu ng'ebyo kossaako okugulirira abantu babasanga mu layini ne babawa ssente ne babajjamu, ebyo bigenda kubeera bitya? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We will be coming back to all these questions, guys. Perhaps I'll pick and then we'll get Comrade LM Prezo in on this. Yes, Comrade Iga, please do come in.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dorcas. And my answer is, I think it was a previous question about, I can't remember who asked, regarding the diversions. Our aim, and the most important aim, is to remove the dictator. Anything else is a diversion. Now, I personally think it was selfish to try to stand against Honorable Shamim, and especially when her problems are as a result of her stance, and she's been, or she is still, a real foot soldier, honorable at that. Yeah. Yes, democracy demands that each position you can contest, but I saw no need, yeah, for that to happen unless otherwise. Yeah. So I tend to ignore any discussions on that front because I know my view, but the people will decide for that matter. But our main goal is to remove the dictatorship and not for our selfish gains, because Ugandan politics has been monetized, and some people are standing not to fight for democracy, but to indeed for selfish gains to align their stomachs. Yeah. And this is sorry to say, but that's my view. But we move on and discuss, find the ways of removing this dictatorship, which we are trying in whichever way we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother. And it is for us as Ugandans to reflect as well. What do we want? You know, do we want to continue being tortured like this? How long are we going to stay in this captivity for? How long are our brothers going to mourn, be abducted anytime as you're walking? You can't even, express ourselves, because we're in fear. We're walking on eggshells. How long are we going to carry on like that? So let us vote for change. And you have the power, comrades. You have the power. Yes, Comrade Robert, please come in. For sake of time, please, let's be brief. And then we'll roll over to Ellen Prezo, who will, will start to wind up after that. Thank you. Yes, Comrade Robert.
Yeah, hello, comrades. Thank you so much. And like I go back again on the eloquent message Dr. Zidriga put across. This still goes to a message to the people in diaspora. Why am I emphasizing on the people in the diaspora? We have a level of democracy. We have a level of freedom of speech. We are not using it. Now, one thing you should understand, look at yourself. How much more time of activity in your health do you have? Active years. Look onto how much time, you know how old you are. And look at the youth who are literally struggling and they're being denied without even experience. You have so much experience and you've been privileged to acquire extra academic knowledge. And do you know what you're doing? You're sitting back and not sharing it. That's being selfish. Now, what am I saying here? We have chapters in your various chapters. Are you engaged? How are you supporting them? Okay, you don't want to be in the camera. There's so many other avenues, so many ways you can support the struggle. Because believe me, whether you want to stick your head in the sand, you're not home. And there's a reason why you're not going back home. We've just had a sudden incident of our diaspora brother and sister, the Nabeta. Sadly, they've lost their lives after 30 years. Just reflect, 30 years of their lives, going back to enjoy their fruits. And some crazy nutter decides to pull out the plug. Just imagine if it were you. What are you doing now? You have the privilege. So, like I say, the words of Dr. Zidriga were full of wisdom. People, sit back and look at the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing to make a change? For the younger generation, who've not, some of us even experienced the regimes that were not very good, but not as horrible as they are today. Believe me, you could talk, you could do anything, education was still thriving, you could get a recognized certificate. Today, you know what I'm talking about. The roads, my good Lord, the airlines, the health system. I mean, it just goes beyond. So what are you doing as yourself, an individual, with all your credentials lined up? Are you just going to sit back and go back in a 6-foot coffin, or you're going to do something? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother. Well put. And thanking you again for you and the team in the UK for the demonstrations. Thank you. It is important that we continue to amplify our voices in different areas. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Comrade Ellen Prezo, please do come in. Then after we hear from Comrade Mugisha, we'll take closing remarks and then close. Thank you. Yes, Brother Ellen Prezo, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, how are you doing, good Dorcas?
Good,
Can you
good.
confirm that I've been
Very loud and clear, yes.
Yeah, thank you for your continuous hosting of this space and everyone on the call. I thank Dr. Zedriga for the work she continues doing and then putting her life on the front line to liberate a country that she loves so dearly. And I believe that everyone on this call have the same feeling and share the same love for a liberated country, Uganda. Before the 2021, we flocked social media because during the 2021 elections or campaigns, most of it was done on social media and the people were mobilized and sensitized through social media. We need to reflect back after 4 years, coming to 5 years, in going into another electoral cycle. What have we learned? What can we do different this time around? Are we going to do the same like we did in the 2021? I still hear the sounds and the voices of those that are still calling on and relying so much on the politicians. The same thing that we did in 2021. And that pushes me back to question whether we have clearly understood what we chose to involve ourselves into. And that's not to say that we should not call on those politicians to take a lead and mobilize their constituents to take part in an election or a peaceful method to liberate our country, Uganda. But when you look at those politicians are few in numbers. We tried them in 2021. We got what we got. They did what they did. The question is, can they do too much, more than the millions of Ugandans that we look out to stand up and then liberate themselves from the shackles of capture by the few rebel leaders that captured our country in 1986. My appeal to all of us, we cannot use the same strategy that we used before or produce the same sound voices relying on politicians who are few in numbers, other than focusing and emphasizing on the population, the masses. Those politicians, once they go in parliament or take up those positions, God does not give them another set of brain. They're the same people. They come from the same society. They're part of us. What they never did before they got those positions, they will never do, even after getting those positions. That's why many of us feel betrayed when some of them choose to go to leave the revolution and betrayed. Are you sure they were for the revolution? We must look at ourselves and then mobilize others to take a responsibility to liberate themselves. The duty is not on you to really ask them to do what they're supposed to do. They must hear and they must really want to change the poor condition and the bad condition that they're living in. the best you and I can do is to go and mobilize the people. The choice and the decision for them to stand up and then do what you're asking them to do lies in their hands. What do we have to do in these few months that are remaining? Because we are in the full heat of an election. Every action that we take must be strategic to point us to where we want to be. Do we want the same things to remain the same? Or we really truly want that change? NUP can do so much, but they can't do a lot that we expect them to do. We have over 1.5 or 2 million electoral positions to be filled in the general election. We have 35 to 40 polling stations, which means NUP will need about 80,000 polling agents if we are to fill all those polling stations to ensure that those declaration forms are protected. And if we really genuinely mean, and we understand the protest vote, we must passionately protect it and defend it the same way you make your money, take it to the bank or keep it with someone. You're not going to let it be stolen anyhow. That is your vote. If the Electoral Commission is saying we have 18.5 million Uganda people registered to vote, how do you increase on the number of people to go and cast their vote? Those that are in doubt, they're on the fence and are not willing to go and line up to go and cast their vote. And yet, they want that change. The least we can do is to support the foot soldiers and those on the ground, everyone that is doing small and little or big, as long as whatever they're doing is adding a brick onto liberating ourselves. Of course, we have no doubt there's going to be saboteurs. People will be planted in us, but that's not our worry. Are we moving with open eyes to see, to detect those saboteurs? The onus is on us. It's not on, it cannot be left to Dr. Zedriga or our President Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu and the leadership of National Unity Platform. We must own this revolution. We are in a revolution, people. We're not in a normal election. We're using this as a revolution, as the way to liberate ourselves. Let's not look for the wrong things, because if you look for the wrong things, you're going to find them. Don't worry about Honorable Shami Malende. We are in an election. There's going to be a competition. People will compete and the people will decide who's going to win. We're using those leaders as a front to lead in our advancement to liberate ourselves. We're using them as pawns on the chessboard. But we must be cognizant of our oppressor. What steps is he taking? We must be interested in this revolution. It's easy to blame others, but are you sure that you've done your best? And is your best good enough?
Yes, comrade.
As I conclude, Dorcas, we can come here, speak until cows go home, and we can speak good words, but it's similar to prayers. It doesn't matter how many times you pray in a day. God is not going to bless your prayers. God will bless your hands, what your hands do, because God can only do for you what he can do through you. So when you pray, take actions. If you pray and you don't take actions, you remain where you've been. Let's fold our hands. If you're outside Uganda, get into your chapters. If we are in a fundraising drive, make your contribution. Uganda, the rest of other people, demonstrate peacefully to show the world what is going on in Uganda. Because our oppressor is going to continue doing what they're doing, and we know what they're going to do. So reminding ourselves what they're doing and what they're about to do will not take us where we go. Let's focus on how do we stop them? How do we remove that stone that is hitting our feet? May God bless you all. Dorcas, over to you.
Yes, you have a message, comrade. Thank you. Yes, Comrade Mugisha, do come in. And then Comrade Mprezo, you're going to take the closing remarks. We will have closing remarks, a minute or so each, for 5 minutes before we close. Comrade Mugisha, you have 3 minutes because I think you were submitting and then I had to cut you short because Doctor had a brief time. Yes, Comrade, 3 minutes, and then after that we'll do a minute each. Yes, brother.
Okay, thank you very much. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, you are. Sorry for the noise on my end. So, Comrade Mprezo, please help to guide. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. First of all, Comrade Mprezo asked a pertinent question, and I will go back to the point that I was making of what my sister was speaking about. And I will start by saying that under the Constitution, even a sitting government may not lawfully abrogate, suspend, or amend the supreme law outside the procedure itself lays down. And if it attempts to do so, citizens have clear constitution-guaranteed avenues to defend and restore the constitutional order. We are going into a constitutional activity, which is the election. We chose to go for a protest vote for a reason. And that's why we have our slogan, Kanonye, Kalonde, Kakume, Webakaba, Kabanje. Okabanja is a very crucial question here because this is where we might end with the government as it goes. Because yesterday I was watching this Biabakama, and they asked him on hard questions. They asked him, why is the dictator going around campaigning and whatever? And he said, by the constitution, even during the election, he is still the head of the state. He is still the heading the executive arm. He can still use the state facilities and everything to his disposal, even within the election. Remember, the electoral commission is being, the EC is being, chosen by him. So going back to the point of Okabanja, where we might end, any unconstitutional action by the government is void. And when you go to Article 2 and you read subsection 1 to 2, it establishes that this constitution is the supreme law of Uganda. And if any other law or custom is inconsistent with this constitution, the constitution shall prevail. And that other law or custom shall, to the extent of inconsistency, be void. And 2, citizens have the right and the duty to resist. It is your duty to resist if it comes time. And we have to Kabanja, which is a crucial step. Article 3, remember up there, it is the supreme law. We have already seen that Uganda now we are working. You saw the report that came out as I'm speaking now. You saw the report from the Great Lakes, which came out saying that Uganda is no longer working on constitutionalism. It categorically laid it out. It was in Daily Monitor and NTV. And this report is from the whole of Africa and the world, stating that the military took over Uganda. So when you read Article 3.4, it explicitly gives that all citizens of Uganda, it gives all of us, citizens of Uganda, the right and the duty at all times, to defend the Constitution, and in particular, to resist any person or group of persons seeking to overthrow the established constitutional order, and B, to do all in their power to restore this Constitution, and after it has been suspended, overthrown, abrogated, or amended contrary to its provisions. Article 3.5, it assures that anyone who so resists commits no offense. And 3.6 says, it voids any punishment they may have suffered once the Constitution is back in force. Another point to put, the Constitution never loses force even under a coup or usurpation. Article 3.3 makes clear that this Constitution shall not lose its force and effect even where its observance is interrupted by a government establishment. I read categorically back this point. 3.3, it reads that it makes clear that the Constitution shall not lose its force and effect even where its observance is interrupted by a government established by a government established by the force of arms. And as soon as the people recover their liberty, its observance shall be re-established. Point 4, judicial recourse. This I don't want to, because we know the judicial recourse whereby you have to petition, but we know that the courts are in the armpits. I will go to the last point, that in practical terms, if the government itself tries to abrogate the Constitution, if the Museveni regime this time round tries to abrogate the Constitution, one, legislation or decrees, nowadays we are working in decrees, that purport to override the supreme law are automatically void. That is Article 2. You have seen decrees. I'm making a decree, Balaro Msenguke. I'm making a decree, Mwemudeno. I'm making a decree, decree on decree upon decree. It means that this is why the report came out saying that we are under military rule in the absence of our knowledge. And I go ahead and explain that you may lawfully resist using the constitutional means. You may lawfully resist by using civil disobedience up to armed resistance. The Constitution gives you the mandate to lawfully resist by using civil disobedience up to armed resistance, if necessary, without any criminal liability. That is Article 3 of the Constitution of Uganda. You can challenge any unlawful acts or laws in the Constitutional Court. That is Article 137, but that is for another day. Or seek enforcement of your rights in the High Court per Article 50.
As you conclude, my brother.
As I conclude, even the armed forces and security services are bound by these provisions and must refuse illegal orders that contravene the Constitution. It takes all of us to do what we have to do. Yes, a lot is going to happen, but do we have the belief? Do we believe in ourselves? Do we believe that we, the people, as the Constitution says, Article 1, that power belongs to the people, and the supreme law of the land is the Constitution? Do we believe we can enforce change and bring back constitutionalism to our country? That is the Kukabanja, that is the Kubanja, our rights, come 2026. Thank you very much, and back to you, Eden Prezo.
kale byebyo tuyanzeege buli omuvunaanyizibwa kikwatako kulanga eggwanga lyaffe eritere